So the Minnesota Lynx today and Cheryl Reeve, more so just the team in general, completely exposed Christie Sides. They exposed all of the flaws in Christie Sides' coaching. And look, I don't think Christie Sides is quite as bad as she seemed, but I think all of her flaws coaching got exposed today. They all got really exposed today. And it's the defense. Like, I don't want to hear Christie Sides is a defensive coach again. Like, I want to show you guys what I said. If you guys watch this game, the reason why Indiana were in this game at the start was because they got the fast break well, and they were able to break well, and also that they missed shots. The Minnesota Lynx missed shots. And this is what I said in my video earlier about Christie Sides' defense, because this guy here said their defense improvement was a big reason. This is exactly what I said. Improvement? What? Like that? The offensive improvement based on what?
25% sides and
25% sides.
50% the defensive improvement, which has...
They just leave the other team open. That's literally their defense. If you watch my games, they don't guard the perimeter. They they overload the inside and pray the other team misses. That is their defense. They don't have a defensive philosophy other than pray they miss. Like, I'm not joking. Like, pray they miss is their defense. And I'm pretty sure, I actually saw a post where it's like, I think Convos Ricardo actually like broke. Yeah, Convos Ricardo did make that video, but like, if you've been watching my channel for a while, that is my whole thing, is that this team's defensive philosophy is, we are going to leave you open. Let's pray. Let's just pray they miss. Let's pray they miss. And it is... Yeah, it's just a... It's not... We're not... Like, the Fever are terrible on defense. Like, absolutely terrible on defense. And it's just been okay, and it's worked in a few games. Like, they've won games in spite of Christie Sides. Like, they've won, like... Christie Sides coaching is not a reason why they're winning. They are just no longer losing because of Christie Sides. Like, it's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. They're no longer losing games because of Christie Sides, but Christie Sides is not a reason why they're winning games. I think she's made a couple of good calls, but I'm sorry, as a professional basketball coach making as much as she is, making a right call in a game is the least you should be doing. This team has no defensive philosophy. And that's the thing, is why I really want to face the Connecticut Sun. You don't need to have a defensive philosophy, because this team is so good in transition on offense. And this team is so good on offense because you've got Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and Leah Boston. You are a really good team because you've got those three players. Like, why is Christy Wallace frozen out of rotation? And I don't think Christy Wallace is very good, by the way. But you can't tell me that Katie Lou Samuelson is a better defensive player than Christy Wallace. Like, they have a Katie Lou Samuelson problem. And you cannot tell me that playing Grace Berger all year. She's 6 foot. She's like 6 foot tall. She's the same height as Caitlin Clark. You can't tell me that there's no scenario where you couldn't just put Grace Berger in. Surely she can't be as bad in defense. Heck, we have Belgian League Defensive Player of the Year Victoria Saxton, who I don't even know why she's there, but then you got rid of Celeste. Like, as much as Christie Sides wants to be like, I'm a defensive coach, we're a defensive coach, you don't have a philosophy on defense. You can have a good defensive team if everyone's on the same page and everyone knows what they're doing. Despite if you have bad individual defenders. That's the only two ways to have a good defensive team. Have good individual defenders, or have a team that's like always on the same page. But you went out there with obviously Lexi Hull is a very good defender. But Lexi Hull should not be the best defender on the floor. Like, Lexi Hull, if you could have a really good power forward defender, because that's where the biggest issue is that you can't guard power forwards. And again, it's why I would love to play the Sun, because you can just back off Alyssa Thomas. As good as she is, you can just stand in the paint. She can't shoot. You can stand in the paint guarding her. But it's why it's going to be so hard to beat the Liberty, the Aces, and the Aces games are going to be interesting. I still think we split the Aces games, and the Lynx. We just do not have a power forward that can play defense. Like Lynn Dunn, this is a fireable offense. You do realize, like, for people that don't know, Erica Wheeler and Katie Lou Samuelson are making essentially $400K combined this season. That is more than Temi Figbenle, Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Alyssa Smith, and Lexi Hull combined. It is more than... What does your starting five make? It's like 150, 300, 500. It's only... Erica Wheeler, Katie Lou, and Demiris Dantas make more money combined than the starting five. Why is the average salary of our bench players like 150K? Like, this is near incompetence. But it's on sides. Like, from Dunn, near incompetence. But this is on sides. This defense is on sides. Our offense is pray Caitlin Clark takes us home. Because if Caitlin Clark's not on the floor, we just start giving it to Kelsey Mitchell and we let her go dribble, step back, tough shot. Kelsey Mitchell's a tough shot maker. Not often multiple dribbles. We have been saying that since about game 3. It's like, when Kelsey Mitchell does what she does well, which is cut off the ball, which is take one dribble, catch it off a reversal, attacking the defenders, rotating, and spotting up. She is the most efficient two guard in the W. I have entire videos about this. But I said it, the whole change was in her head. And it's like, since she lost Player of the Month, she has gone back to dribble. She should have been pulled. When they went on the big run in the third quarter, and Kelsey Mitchell on it might have been 4 consecutive possessions, maybe 4 and 6 possessions, but it felt like 4 consecutive possessions. The ball got swung to her, and nobody else touched it, and she goes dribble long two. And then during those possessions, she chucked the ball to the other team twice. Like, she was single-handedly, this third quarter was the most Kelsey Mitchell has had the ball in her hand in a while. And you didn't call a timeout. You let them go on a 14-0 run. But in fairness, between quarters, you let them start the quarter on a 10-0 run. And you didn't call a timeout. Like, I get it, Caitlin Clark was kind of getting angry. But Caitlin Clark had just scored. She had just gone on a 5-point run. She had just hit a 3. And she had just she'd hit 2 free throws, I think. Was it 2 free throws? Yeah, she'd hit 2 free throws and she had hit a 3. And you immediately take her off early. And like, even at the start of the game, she was off really early in the second quarter, despite like she had just had 12 points. It's like, that's not the time. But yet Kelsey Mitchell is allowed to have the worst quarter of her career and plays the whole quarter? Like, Christie Side's in-game adjustments are non-existent. Her defensive philosophy is non-existent. I don't know. Like, their defensive philosophy is actually leave the other team wide open and pray they miss. She got completely exposed today. Cheryl Reeve completely exposed Christie Sides today. And, yeah, it is what it is.